There we go. What up?
Good
What
evening.
up? Hey,
What's going on,
hey.
everybody? Everybody in the chat, and Alex and Bogey. I know
Yeah.
you're with us.
Hell yeah. What up, Nelson?
Oh, you're quiet. I can turn up the volume.
There we go. What up, Nelson? Mic check.
Mic check. Well, I'm fine. I couldn't hear you, but he can hear me good, right?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Losing my
Right.
voice a little bit. I think that's what's happening.
Another Friday night.
Heck yeah. Shout out to Bakes a lot. Shout out to Gustavo in the chat.
Because it's still early for us here, but you guys on the West Coast, it's almost bedtime.
Heck yeah. All right. Nelson, why don't you give us a little backstory about this movie we're talking about, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot? I knew nothing about it coming into this.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Well, you had a couple of the greats, Clint Eastwood, and Jeff Bridges, and Gary Busey was in it. But you know what? He was in like 2 scenes, I think, quickly.
Yeah, 2 scenes.
In the Southern accent, like he was going, all Southern accent.
All right,
what are you supposed to do for lunch? It's too early for lunch. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, it's totally true, man. Those damn bosses always trying to get over. It was his brother-in-law.
Yeah, right. Man, so I thought Busey was going to be in it more. I guess that's when he was just getting going.
Yeah, for sure.
74.
I mean, 1974. I mean, Jeff Bridges looks like a kid. Clint Eastwood, I mean, he looks like a kid compared to, any recent stuff. And Gary Busey, like, man, what was he, like 27, 25? Like, looks super young.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then George Kennedy. Now he played Red, old guy.
Yeah.
Now I've seen him in a lot of movies, like in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
But I can't think of anybody. I can think of like him being, you know what? Maybe he was in was he not in those Leslie Nielsen films? Did he play like a funny guy?
So Naked Guns, right?
Yeah, was he George Kennedy in the Naked Guns? I think he might have been.
I think he was in that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what a couple of classics. I've seen his face and stuff. So he looked the same. He's like Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Steve Martin. He doesn't seem to age. He's always had that white gray hair since I can remember, since I was 3.
Definitely.
Right. So he doesn't look much different. So yeah. So they so it pretty much starts off with Lightfoot, who is Jeff Bridges' character. He's a fun loving dude that was in and out of group homes and stuff, I guess. He doesn't really have a family or anything. So he steals a car. But he's a likable guy.
Yeah.
On the car lot. Says he's got a wooden leg and stuff. Get some sympathy from the car salesman or the owner of the dealership, I guess. And it's set out in the country somewhere in Montana.
Okay.
So I didn't watch it, but there was something on YouTube, locations where they shot it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get a chance to watch it though.
Okay.
I'm going to check it out later after the show. And then, so the backstory with, so he bumps into Clint Eastwood, who's pretending he's a preacher. Then these guys starts firing at him. And so there's a history of these guys trying to kill Clint Eastwood's character.
And I know this movie isn't a Western, but man, I swear, like, every movie from back then that was like maybe kind of close to any kind of Western, like it just all started with like some kind of church shooting or something of that nature.
Seems like it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they get the idea of the Western. Well, again, it's in the 70s, so it's after the Westerns were big. They stopped doing Westerns kind of in the 70s.
Yeah.
They're doing more criminal stuff, right? And shootouts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Heist movies like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really know what the movie was about. I assumed, I just assumed some kind of craziness and some like weird friendship going into the movie. It doesn't even really take them that long. I mean, you just know right away. There's definitely something wrong with Clint Eastwood. Like, what kind of shenanigans is he in? He's like a priest or something. And he just starts, he just runs right into the woods. He sees the guy start shooting at him. He's out of there. Just runs into the middle of nowhere. It's like, where the hell is he going to go? It doesn't look like there's anything around.
just open fields pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And then so he comes to the rescue as Todd Bridges' character comes to the rescue, ends up driving down the guy that was shooting at Johnny, who was Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he kills him. It's kind of how they talked about it, like it was no big deal. Yeah, he took him out.
Yeah.
But
I
guess so they end up having a history. The guys are trying to shoot him. The history, they were back in the war days. They were war buddies. And the heights went wrong and whatnot. Fighting over the money type of thing.
Yeah.
But we can go into that. You were going in through the acts, right? Anyway.
Yeah. We'll get into all that. And Ryan, what up, Ryan? He said a hidden gem from Clint Eastwood. Yeah, this is one that I never saw, and definitely very solid. I mean, definitely a solid movie, just all around. I think maybe where my gripe would be with is kind of how slow things progressed, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of storytelling in there, but it's almost like just based on the way that guys are talking. It's like, I don't know, like we could pick up a lot of the backstory ourselves just from like little things that they could be saying.
True, you can.
I feel like they just explain things like a lot of times with like the just the robbery and everything.
Yeah, we found out about that a little later.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 minutes in, probably 45 minutes in, I think.
Yeah, I guess this movie it is about 2 hours long almost.
Man, I watched it with commercials too. I watched it on Tubi.
Nice.
It wasn't on YouTube. I paid $3.99, but it was free on Tubi with commercials. So it took a little longer to watch, obviously, with the commercials, but they weren't that bad though.
And so this movie, 1974, $4 million budget, give or take. I guess it looks like there's a couple different numbers. You never really know 100%, but it's either 2 million or 4 million, one of the two. That's what it has on Wikipedia. 25 million at the box office. I mean, it seems like a lot for 1974.
Plus, it cost them $4 million. So that's a good payout, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Good profit.
Definitely. And I don't know. I mean, I guess this is what the actors are striking for, right? Is like when it's on like these Amazon Prime or whatever apps.
Streaming
still on here, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's still on here. There's ads that I got to sit through. So yeah,
streaming doesn't pay that much, so it's pretty low.
I know, that's what sucks. Got to get that changed.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. We'll see what happens. They're doing the writers right now.
Yeah,
looks like in the bargaining, I guess, process, they're getting. I guess gonna talk about. I guess they're offered the deal, right?
Yeah, and they better just like raise the money on the advertisers. Like that's, I mean, where I assume a lot of the money is coming from, on a lot of these streaming platforms.
Yeah, and the money is in advertising. That's where all the money is. Image.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, how'd the TV shows get made? I mean, really, it's because of like the ads that they were selling, like on the TV shows, or knowing that they could sell that the ad space on the commercials.
Yeah, pretty much what you're doing. You're watching commercials. They want you to buy products, commerce. I want you to contribute to the economics of society. They got to get you to spend money. You should buy into things.
Yeah.
So the shows, it's not that you're watching commercials, but watching a show and this commercial come out. You're really watching commercials, and the show is there to keep you so you don't leave to watch commercials. So how can they advertise you? Well, okay, let's present a show. That's 22 minutes out of 30 minutes, and then we advertise for 8 minutes out of the half hour. That's some good. Let's get some good what? Some good pavement.
Yeah.
Pounding the pavement to get people to watch.
That is for sure.
Your product, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's why they call it TV programming. I program you to watch commercials so you can buy products. Products.
That's what it's all about, right?
Exactly.
So let's see. Where do we kind of leave off at? So yeah, they meet up. I mean, and what a weird, way to meet up. But I mean, that's how some of these movies just start, right? Clint Eastwood's running for his life. Jeff Bridges is driving in the stolen car. Clint Eastwood's like out in the middle of the street, and Jeff Bridges swerves, hits the guy who's trying to shoot Clint Eastwood, and then Clint Eastwood just jumps in the car, and like Jeff Bridges doesn't know what's going on, but he just goes along with it.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're buddies, you know? For a second I thought, okay, do they know each other? Maybe they do know each other. I don't think they know each other. Then I say, wait a minute. No, they do know each other. And it's like, no, they don't know each other. And I said, oh, you know, what's your name? It seemed like he was late, like picking them up or something. Like, where were you?
Yeah.
So it was kind of odd, man. I was awkward.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, I guess for like guys like this, you know, guys who are just, I don't know, living by the seat of their pants, you know, just like letting the road take you wherever it takes you. I mean, because, you find out later about Jeff Bridges' character, but he's just been everywhere. You know, he's just like walking around, driving around, city to city, state to state. Nothing's holding him back.
Yeah, he's not really doing anything.
Definitely not doing anything.
They don't have money. They often don't have money.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But
like,
they changed that.
Back, especially him, he goes and he just like jacks the car, you know, right away. I mean, there's at least a few $100 right there whenever he wants to sell it. But it's pretty much how I assume that Jeff Bridges is kind of making his way through life, just like little hustles or cons here or there, keep making the money. And it was great. So they don't have the license plates on that car that he has, and then they go to fill up gas. And they were gonna just like steal license plates from someone else's car.
Oh yeah, they had a couple.
They didn't have a screwdriver, so they just stole the whole car.
Yeah,
savages.
Hey, Marty
in the house. What up? But just savages all around. Let's see, and then so what happens after that? So they jack the car. Yeah, and then so he Lightfoot takes Thunderbolt. Lightfoot's Jeff Bridges. Thunderbolt is Clint Eastwood. Takes him back to his motel. But pretty much, Jeff Bridges is all about the ladies. That's literally what he's all about. And so he has to go pick up a few ladies. He goes back to Thunderbolt's motel.
Yeah, and he's never paid for it, by the way. He's never paid for it.
No, because they're driving by the host roll, and Clint Eastwood's like, hey, check that out. Like, yeah, I don't pay for it. Sorry.
I've never paid for it either, by the way, myself. Not straight out like that.
Right. Yeah.
I paid for dinners. You could take her out.
Oh, yeah.
So I spent money, but I haven't paid directly for a Frosty.
Yeah, and see, usually it's all the other stuff that costs more, you know, the dinners, the movies, all that, you know, you just never know.
Really? I don't know how much. I don't spend much. I don't spend much.
I guess it depends on where you go.
I spent minimal. Then I got down to a drink. I'll go out and buy her a drink, maybe two.
There you go.
Spend an hour. Okay, I'm going home. You coming? No, or not.
And Marty said the dude is in this movie. It's 1974. Like he's fucking young Jeff Bridges. Like, let's see, when was Jeff Bridges born?
Probably 58, something like that. 55.
49.
Oh, 49.
Yeah, so he was 25.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood was born in the 30s, I think. Or maybe not the 30s. Maybe 39, 40.
Let's see. Let's double check this. So Jeff Bridges is 25 at the time. Yep, 1930. You are correct.
Well, 1930.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what'd you say? I thought you said 30.
Oh, no, I was thinking 39, 40.
Okay, yeah, 1930.
Oh, wow.
He was, he's no spring chicken at the time when this comes out. He's already 43. Looks super young though compared to any other time we've seen him though.
Well, even now, he looks old now, but he doesn't look like he's 90 something.
What up, kidda?
He's like 92 or 93 now.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. It is
pretty good for 93. He's still doing movies. I thought that was me for a second. Why is mine beeping?
No, they're making some food out there. Got too smoky, I guess. And what up, Kidda? Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Kidda.
I wonder how much.
Kidda.
I wonder how much plastic surgery Clint Eastwood has had. That's what I wonder. Had to.
No, I never thought. I never really thought about that. But
I mean,
did he look kind of weird? He looked all right to me.
Well, not about weird. I'm just saying he. You know, I mean, like you said, I mean, he's like close to 100 years old, like right now. So that's what I'm saying.
And he's still doing films. This is crazy.
Yeah, wild.
Oh, wild. You know what? I know another guy. Marty, Sid Croft. The Sid and Marty Croft. They did. This is even before my time, but they did like HR Puff and stuff. And
okay,
I don't know if you heard of that. It's like a puppet thing.
I've heard of it, but never seen it.
Yeah, of course you have HR Puff and stuff. That's your thing. That was in the 70s. And he wrote that. I see him at the farmer's market here in Hollywood.
Okay, nice.
He's like 94 years old, and he's still He's still working. He's got some new show.
Nice. That's awesome.
So he's like, but Clint Eastwood seems more youthful than this guy. Like this guy's doing all right for 90s, but Clint doesn't really seem like he's in his 90s to me.
No.
He seems more like 80, 78, 80 type of thing.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Either you're here and you're living or you're not.
Damn right. Damn right.
It's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of different paths to go, is there?
Really not. Really not.
Two. You got two.
Oh man, yeah, Jeff Bridges. It's wild seeing him in here and being. Well, you say, I mean, when we were talking before, you said that you think movies are just shot a lot different then versus now.
Well, I'm talking like the nuances, the camera work, the editing. Like you will have more visual and physical with no dialogue. You know, yeah. Or sometimes, yeah, but also you see some of the things that I don't like where it's you can tell that they've only been shooting films like for 20 years.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right? 20, 30 years. It went from the stage, right, to musicals and stuff. And then you had the Wizard of Oz at what, 38 or 39 or something.
Yeah.
But a lot of those actors are kind of like stage actors on film.
Yeah.
So the acting doesn't look, it's different because you know, it's still new. So there's some things like we were talking about this one where it's like they overdo it or it's kind of redundant, or they show you what did you say? They show you it's like they think the audience is
it's like they think
clueless.
Yeah.
Or show you they overdo things and showing you the obvious or maybe repeating something in the dialogue, but they didn't have to say it twice like that.
Right. It's almost like they don't think that the audience is going to put 2 and 2 together with the way that they're telling the story.
Right. As far as artistic value, I find the artistic value of films back then are better than now.
Okay.
But
and what reason, if you could point to like just like 1 or 2 little things?
Well, what reason? One was where you see silence and nothing said, but there's a lot being done.
Okay.
And they don't have problem having I won't say minutes, but 20, 30 seconds of no one talking.
Yeah.
But it's not just dead space, but there's something that they're doing, and then it cuts to something else.
Like right now, I always kind of like watch the movie as like we're talking, just kind of have it on in the background. So like just little things can like jog my memory.
Okay.
And like in the beginning, like right after they kind of connect and they go down to just, I don't know, middle of nowhere, they're down by a little stream or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like Jeff Bridges gives Clint Eastwood like something for his arm to wear like
the belt.
Yeah. And then to like pop his shoulder back into place or something. But even just that, I mean, it's just like maybe like 2 minutes of like Clint Eastwood like setting up this thing, and like Jeff Bridges going down to the water to get like a drink of the water out of the creek or the river or whatever. It's probably like 2 minutes of silence while they're like doing whatever they're doing.
Oh yeah, that's a good example. Personally, I like that stuff because it brings more a realistic angle to it.
Yeah.
It's like this. You know how you never see someone taking a piss, but you see European films, they're taking a piss in a film, like in a scene.
Right.
And it makes it, for me, it draws me in more because I can kind of relax and see them be their characters of people.
Yeah.
They're being people. It's not just, okay, the scene, okay, talk. It's like, hey, that's something that you might do. You might look at the water, pick up a rock, throw the rock in the water. Why not?
Yeah.
That's what we do in real life.
Yeah.
So, I think it could be a patience thing too. I mean, we're this day and age, we're a little impatient, but when we watch the film, we can't be impatient, man, if you want to see something good.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm with that because, some things, like you said, it is too fast, not necessarily too fast paced, but I feel like, it just goes from like scene to scene to scene, or like, just conversation to conversation. Like there's no buffering, I guess. That's like, just, I don't know, just a lot of times they wouldn't even show, like if someone's like driving somewhere or whatever, a lot of times it'll be like them getting in the car and then somehow just cut wherever they show up.
Oh, there's one part too where we're talking, okay, so they're hitchhiking, right?
Yeah.
And they get picked up by this crazy dude, had a shotgun and a bunch of 20 rabbits in the trunk. They end up taking that car over because he rolls it. They all get out.
And what the fuck was that guy's problem?
Well, that was kind of weird. It's funny because that was kind of weird, like having that. Nothing really happened, right? But it's just kind of funny. The rabbits come out. So
the guy's just a psycho. He's got like a raccoon in the front seat.
Yeah, there's one part I like where so they're in the car. I guess I don't know if he just passes out or he punched him. He knocked him out, right?
Clint,
Eastwood. Oh, this is what I'm telling you where you can tell it wasn't scripted. Where Jeff Bridges' character, so Lightfoot. So there's rat shit in the front. He says, "You smell something?"
Yeah.
He says, "No, I don't smell nothing." Yeah, it's raccoon shit. and then then he's like, I don't know if he wiped it off his shoe or whatever it was. And then he goes to Clint Eastwood. He goes, "Oh, hey, want some on your shirt? Hey, smell it." And I can tell if you watch that over again, you can see his expression. He wasn't expecting that as an actor,
right?
Because he goes, "Oh," he's like, he reacted like he Bridges did that himself. I could tell.
Yeah.
And you train as good actors, what they do, no matter what happens, you act, you stay in character.
Yeah.
And then just so you get the real moments,
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool.
And if it's not good, it just won't make the final cut, right?
Exactly. And you can still see some of that stuff now with good actors today too. So it's not that it's all lost in this day and age, but
yeah. And maybe they're just
put those moments in a little more in the older films.
And maybe there just wasn't as many movies like getting made back then. And like if you were like someone on the come up, maybe just, could grab your balls a little bit, so to speak, man or woman, and, just do something that you feel in the moment. Whereas like now, and maybe there's so many movies getting made that sometimes people maybe don't want to take the risk of doing something wrong versus taking the risk and doing something great.
I think that's part of it. And I think it's also, if there's a lot of actors that aren't that good, there's more productions than there are actors that can fill the role. Then there are good actors that can fill the roles.
Right.
It's hard to find like good acting, really.
Yeah.
So, and if you get all these different networks and stuff compared to what they had to do back then, and they said, "Oh, a shitload of actors back then." They've always had actors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
And there has to be more actors now than there was in 1974, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, so it's, I think, so you have the actors that aren't that good. So they don't even know how to take a risk.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's true.
Because they're not good enough to take a risk.
Right. Yeah.
I was like that when I'm a much better actor now. I'll take risks like that. But in the beginning, you don't. If you're not that good, you don't even know how to navigate as an actor, really.
Yeah. And one thing that I will say, I know that Clint Eastwood, let me see how long he was acting before this or when he started. What is years active? 1963 was when he started. So 11 years prior to
He was
this.
33 when he started? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot of
Older.
movies from way back then that, in the 60s or whatever that he was doing. But
he did those spaghetti westerns in the late 60s in Italy, I think.
Okay. One of the things that I just watching this didn't make me think that Clint Eastwood's a good actor. He's definitely a superstar. Like he's definitely got the it factor. But I don't think that he's really that good of an actor.
He has the presence. Yeah, I don't think he's known for being a good actor, is he? He's known for a brand of what he does. Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
And then the Western movies, of course. And Western movies, they're not known for being good actors. They're just known for doing Western movies.
Clint Eastwood's just like a man's man, I guess, is the way that I feel like I'd describe it.
He came after John Wayne, right?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe he was the guy to fill the void, the vacuum.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then and a guy like that, it's not so much about him, it's about who can we fill the vacuum. Just like you said in Entourage, that agent said, "Hey, I don't care if you're a good actor. Are you marketable? Can I make you a star?"
Yeah.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
In the art of acting.
And I mean, just this movie in general, $4 million budget to a $25 million box office. I mean, that's star-studded appeal enough right there.
Yeah, so I can see what you see because Jeff Bridges stole the whole show.
Yeah.
Like what he was doing, like his acting was, he was 25 at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
What he was doing was unbelievable, really.
Hell yeah.
If you look at the little things, like the one thing that I just mentioned, and then how he played with the character a lot.
Yeah.
It made it endearing that he made himself, the character, really likable.
Yeah. Good facial expressions as well. That
was for sure.
Up on. I mean, he was doing a lot of smiling, but it's almost like it's a smile that when he was smiling at the guys, like if you're a guy, you'd want to punch his face. But when he was smiling at the ladies, it was like, oh yeah, he's a ladies' man. He's
punch his face. Oh, true.
Because he's definitely one of those guys who, as we get into Act 2 and we get into a little bit more of the movie, we'll talk about it. But yeah, he just seems like a jokester, a lot of the time. And I mean, not that he's not a badass, because he is, but seems like a little bit too much of a jokester for old Thunderbolt and his cast and crew.
Yeah, Thunderbolt. Oh, I love when you find out that Clint was Thunderbolt.
So I guess the last part that we'll leave off for this Act 1. What do you think about the whole situation with Lightfoot, Jeff Bridges? So he goes and he gets the chicks, goes back to Clint Eastwood's motel, got the ladies there. The girl who's like, oh, I just got off of work. I don't want to jump into a bed right now.
Yeah, I just got out of a bed. She said,
yeah, there you go.
I just got out of a bed. I don't want to hop in another bed. But she ended up doing it. That was Clint Eastwood's character, the one that he got.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is so funny. He's like, hey, she's yours, buddy.
Yeah, that was funny. I like that stuff. Actually, throughout the whole film, there's an underlying theme of them liking women. You see that? You don't see that in films like that now.
Right, and they bring it up too. There's a part in there where they bring it up that when Jeff Bridges, Clint Eastwood, Jeff Bridges, he's talking about pretty much how he was he's raised in a foster home or no, he gets sent to a
group home or something.
Group home, yeah. Why the hell am I forgetting on what it was called? The boarding school. There you go. Boarding school. And he talked about how he met some chick, out there before, he got off the plane or the boat or wherever the hell he was going, met some chick and totally rocked his world. He's like, I woke up 3 days later in a motel.
And I think he was 14 or something.
Yeah, and Clint Eastwood's like, and you've been doing the same thing ever since, huh?
That's why he never pays for it. And Clint, it's funny. This is what I was watching Clint's his character is. His character wasn't really feeling it, but then he kind of warmed up to it because he's not doing any. He's not giving it any effort. And they just so he's like, oh, what the hell? And that was real. I like that.
And I don't know how long he'd been on the run for. I don't think they really gave a timeline to that, to when that last heist happened and all that. Maybe a year, 2 years, maybe 3 years, who knows? But now these dudes just found him. He's running for his life again, like arm damn near broken and all that. And so, I mean, I get it from like his state of mind is like, I just want to like be alone. But of course, man, I mean, get a nice chick who just comes there and, that's nice also.
And that's Catherine Bach, the actress Catherine Bach. You know who she's from, right? She was Daisy Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard back in the 80s.
All right.
So you get the Daisy Dukes from.
Nice.
Short shorts.
What do you think about how she was like, you got to take me home? And he was like, it's 3:00 in the morning. I'm not taking you home right now. And she was like, I'll run outside in my underwear and scream rape.
Yeah, they've been doing it back then. I was like, what?
And she did it. And there was a guy and a woman who like rolled up.
An older couple.
Yeah. And I mean, they weren't even really that old. And the guy was all excited. He was.
Yeah, he was.
The woman, she was like, should we even be staying here? And he's like, yeah.
So you wouldn't see that in these movies in this day and age.
Yeah, like why did he get so excited about a girl, coming outside screaming rape? I mean, he didn't know one way or the other, if it was really happening or not. Obviously, we know.
I know.
Happening.
Well, he was getting excited over any type of sex that he wasn't getting from his woman.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I know that's a redundant answer, but I know it was rhetorical question, but it's kind of like you wouldn't see that stuff in movies like that. It's too risky.
No,
back then, they they say certain words that are offensive now, or let's say a politically correct now.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of things, but it was, we'll talk about it later. But George Kennedy's character, where he's got the nylon on his face.
Oh yeah.
He takes it off.
That guy's a freak.
he took it off to what?
Oh man.
Oh, it was hilarious. But that's what I was saying. The theme of women is like, it was strong, and they've been doing something serious. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you gotta go. Even that guy at work.
Yeah.
That one chick, the black girl. It looked like what's the Pamela Greer.
Yeah.
It wasn't her, but it was like, it reminded me of her characters.
Similar.
In those movies.
For sure.
And, Pam Grier. And then she was hot too.
Yeah.
And that one actor or the one character, just a coworker, he just had the one line that says to Clint.
Yeah.
She's driving me nuts, man. And then like you never saw the guy again in the movie.
Yep.
Like, she's so hot, she's driving me nuts, man. I can't get my eyes off her. How she start working here?
All right. Well, you know what? I think that's a good spot to leave us off. This is their first day together. And now they're Clint Eastwood sends his lady home, gives her some cab fare. She doesn't run outside and scream rape. She takes a cab now. Oh man, craziness. But now let's see what other adventures these guys get into. Yeah, what other adventures they get into. Make sure you follow Silver Screen Breakdowns on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify and everywhere else that you use your podcasts. And make sure you follow Silver Screen Breakdowns on YouTube. Let's help us get.
And follow me, Nelson. Follow me, Nelson Tynes on or subscribe to my channel on YouTube, or follow me on Instagram, Nelson Tynes TYNES _. You see some of my acting work. I'm doing a little more music now, so you see some of me on the keys.
Yeah. I've been talking to Bogey about collaborating, so we'll see what we can come up with. Nice. Awesome. I'll take care of the riffs and stuff, and of course he's the mouthpiece. There we go. Not me. All right. Well, there we go. We will see you guys for Act 2. And if you're here live with us, just hang out because we're doing all 3 acts right now. And we'll see you guys for Act 2. Peace out. All right.
picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with the shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.